What is up, y'all? I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I literally forgot about my new makeup drops or they bops or flops and my anti-haul. So I'm filming them back to back right now, and I was so tripped out that it's already the 25th of the time of me filming this video right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we only got a few days left in this month, and I totally forgot about it. I do have to say though, I feel like it has been a little lackluster in the new makeup drop. So that's why I'm just kind of like, oh, there's really not too much to talk about. And in December, I know it's kind of late because I know a lot of people do their holiday shopping in November, but in December specifically, being that it is December, I wanted to do like a holiday edition of this, or maybe like also do a regular anti-haul and then do a holiday version anti-haul and like new makeup drops or they bops or flops, you know what I mean? With more so holiday collections and sets and things like that. I actually may just do a full on holiday set video, but y'all, just keeping it real with you guys, this year around, I don't know why, for some reason I feel like the sets aren't as good as they were in previous years. So anyways, today's video is my anti-haul, so just letting you guys know that from the jump. Also, I don't have too many products on here. I want to say I have 7, which, you know what though? Sometimes I feel like I always say that and then the video ends up being long as hell. I guess it really just depends upon how long I ramble. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. The very first collection that I want to talk about is the Lunar New Year collection from MAC Cosmetics. Look, first of all, it's the year of the snake, okay? And I have to say, I totally do understand the concept of this palette. But for some reason, the palette triggers me with that like snake texture. And I think what it is because I really do not like snakes. Like, they freak me out. So I feel like even looking at that, like, yes, I totally do get the snake like skin print. Like, obviously it's very on brand for it being the year of the snake. But yeah, that low-key kind of triggers me though. You know what's so crazy? In my screenshot right here, I don't even know if that's actually like a face palette, because looking at it, I want to say it does look like an all over face palette. It does look like it has a bronzer in there as well as a contour shade. Let me go back to Trend Mood to see if she has a little bit more details about this. It says it just says face palette times 4 Lux Luck, but it doesn't say exactly what it is on there. That's really weird. It just says no. Oh, a combination of liquid like highlighter and contouring shades. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's what it is. A liquid like, whatever that means. I guess maybe it feels like a putty. Maybe it's meant to feel a little bit like moist, I guess. That's really weird. Anyways, what I was going to say is I feel like the color story of the palette, for it having like a cool shade in there, a warm shade in there, obviously highlight, I do kind of like it. Like, low-key, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm like, you know what? The shades do look pretty good. It looks like something that I could use like an all-over palette, even though you guys know I don't really ever highlight because it does emphasize my texture right here. But the other 3 shades look like something that I would like. But low-key, the print just triggers me. And then also, speaking about the shades too of the liquid shadows, these are liquid dazzle shadows right here. I don't like any of those shades. I really don't. I feel like maybe the light one, and does it have a green reflect to it? I can't tell if that's like a glitch in her picture or if it has like a hue of green to it. But y'all, just keep it real, I don't like all 3 of those shades. I have to say maybe the palette I would like to swatch or something. But am I just like so like, I don't know, such a wussy or something that the texture of that just like triggers me? Like, y'all, sometimes I see like people always talk about this like Hermes bag that's like one of the most expensive ones that's like alligator skin, and I'm like, why would you want that? Like, why would you want that? Like, I don't, anything snake print, alligator print, like, I don't know. It just triggers me. I do not like it whatsoever. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm putting this in the anti-haul, even though that face palette, the colors do look pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Other than that, no thank you. On to the next. Okay. I thought this trend was kind of over with. I want to say, damn, when was it? Like, for y'all, I was having a conversation with my friend the other day, and I'm like, the way that I have no concept of time anymore, like, legitimately, I have become so bad with being like, oh yeah, like a year ago, and it's like really like 4 months ago, and I'll be like, oh, like a year ago, and it was really 4 years ago. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why, for some reason, since the pandemic, I have a hard time. I don't even understand why, where I'm like, oh, like this was how many years ago? Like, in my head, I thought the pandemic was like 2 years ago. I didn't realize that it's already been 4 years since the pandemic. So I'm like, clearly me and my concept of time is really, really bad. But anyways, I thought that this trend right here with faux freckles was kind of done. I want to say it was in trend for a hot minute there, but I don't really see too many people doing it anymore. And Tarte is coming out with this $26 go with the faux, which are a little freckle, tool thing product. These are $26. One, I have to say, like, I personally, for myself, okay, because so many people get this shit twisted, I swear to God, and it triggers me. Whenever I say talking about a product or something and I say that I don't like it, I mean for me. I don't mean that I don't like it on other people, because I think freckles on other people are really cute. Do you know what I mean? But on myself, I don't like it. So that's why when I say it, people like get triggered about certain things, and I'm just like, I be reading the comments and I'm like, when I say that I don't like this or that, I'm saying it for myself. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, this is my video, but it doesn't mean that I don't like it on other people. Like, obviously, I've said before, I love highlighters on other people. I don't like highlighters on myself. I love freckles on other people. I don't like them on myself. I actually do have a little bit of freckles, but I cover them up. So that's why I'm like, this is a product that I would not use. I have to say though, if you are into the faux freckle look, this actually may be something that you might like, because the tool looks like it's very user friendly, but this is just not for me. I don't know. I feel like also too they're a little late with it, because like I said, I don't see too many people still doing the faux freckle look. Maybe I'm tripping, maybe it's just the makeup artists that I follow that they don't do it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not really seeing it too much as a trend. Next up on the list, we have a really random one, and I just don't quite understand this. Bobbi Brown is doing a collaboration with Pac-Man, and I just feel like this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I feel like Mac would do a collaboration with Pac-Man. Bobbi Brown and their aesthetic just doesn't go with Pac-Man. I just feel like this is really, really random, especially because if you guys have bought Bobbi Brown before, like, I don't know the naming of like her like theming of packaging of products, but you know, they have that like royalty look. Like, to me, it looks like you're like a rich English person, like living out in the countryside of, I don't know, some part of the UK. Do you know what I mean? Y'all, I feel like there's a name for that specific aesthetic, but it just looks like royalty vibes. All of her stuff to me just looks very like rich, you know, rich English person. That's the vibe it's giving me. And that's why I'm just like, it doesn't really make sense to do a collaboration with Pac-Man. And on top of that, too, I just feel like her aesthetic with Pac-Man aesthetic, it's just weird to me. I don't really understand it. I think that a lot of people are probably going to say that Bobbi Brown's demographic is typically a little bit, I want to say middle age to a little bit older. So maybe that's why they're like, oh, Pac-Man is from the 80s, like it's been around for so long now, and maybe, you know, people who love Pac-Man love Bobbi Brown. So maybe that's what they're going for. I just feel like it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever, especially like looking at the packaging. Like, look specifically at the soothing cleansing oil, and you see how it has that like royalty type of look to it, but then it has the characters of Pac-Man. I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? And on top of that too, like, Bobbi Brown stuff is expensive. Like, the eyeshadow palette is $69. Also, can I say this too? And I guess that I'm just weird because I have found that like nobody else really gets bothered by things like this, but I do, and I don't know why. Looking at the palette specifically, it throws me off, and I've mentioned this before about other brands, that some are square, some are circle. I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're gonna go for like a unique shape, it's like, okay, make the eyeshadow in the shape of the little ghost, and then make it in the shape of like Pac-Man. Do you know what I mean? Like, why is it circle and square? I don't know. Overall, to me, this whole entire collection is just a little, I don't know, random. Like, not even a little random. It's like super random to me. I don't quite get it. Okay, next up on the list. Y'all, I'm gonna be so real with you guys. Like, me putting this on the list, I was just like, damn. I feel like I talk about Melt so much because I want to like Melt so much. All of you guys are like, Melt Cosmetics is bomb. You love the quality. You love all of their stuff. And I have always said, I'm like, I'm waiting for something from Melt Cosmetics to be like, oh, bitch, you need to purchase that. That has not been the case yet. I love Bailey Sarian. I watch all of her murder mystery makeups, and I love, love, love her. I don't like this collection. I really don't. Like, honestly, you guys know that I really hardly ever even wear makeup these days. So when I look at a palette like this and I'm like, whoa, like reds with golds, I'm just totally not going to do it. I do feel like it is a perfect time to come out with this because obviously all the holidays right around the corner. And I feel like a lot of people do wear silver and golds on New Year's. Obviously, a lot of people wear the warm tones for Christmas. So I feel like it does make sense for the timing of it. But I don't know. It's not my vibe whatsoever, and that's why I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, she's gonna come out with another collection. And I do want to say I did really like the first collection. I really, really liked the first collection. I didn't pick up anything from it just because a bitch was a little broke. Do you know what I mean? But I have to say this, there's nothing from here that I would buy. I don't like, maybe, you know, the lip colors, sure, they're nice, but I'm, you know, primarily looking at the palette, especially because all of you guys had said before you love Melt's eyeshadow formula, but this is not it for me. Also, too, if you want to get the whole collection, it's $225. I saw y'all. The way I was just talking to my homegirl too, because she was like, she uses Tatcha skincare like galore. That used to be me, if you guys remember back in the day. I am slowly switching over to drugstore products because I'm just like, first of all, I don't have it in my bank account to be spending this amount of money. Also, I really started to realize too that y'all know that I always talk about the Vanny Cream moisturizer, and then recently I told you guys that I had been using Bioma skincare, and I'm like, why am I noticing the same results as the high-end products, y'all? And I have to say that Vanny Cream Moisturizer, I freaking love it, and it's only $13. The Bioma Toner as well as the serum, they're like $13 each. I'm like, these things are so cheap and they work just as good as the high-end stuff. So I don't know, like y'all, I don't have it in me to be spending this much money on makeup or skincare. Of course, you guys know I will splurge on a foundation. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the placebo effect or something, but I really do feel like when I spend a little bit more on a foundation, it is better than like drugstore stuff. Don't get me wrong though, you guys know I still do love drugstore, but I just feel like, for example, y'all, I am so sorry by the way that I never did a review of this Patrick Ta foundation, but I'm letting you guys know that I have wore it like 4 or 5 times now. No, I'm totally lying. I probably wore it like 7 times now. And I love it. Like when I tell you I love it, I mean I love it. It's like literally my new favorite foundation, and that shit's $60. Well, it's like $58, but still after tax, it's over $60. Do you know what I mean? So I will splurge on a foundation, but a full collection like this, when I see $225, I'm like, damn. I mean, you are getting like 4 lipsticks. You're getting the eyeshadow palette, a lip stain or gloss, I'm sorry, duochrome eyeshadow gel, scarlet gel liner, blush, lashes, I guess it says BB lash, Fatally Yours clutch, as well as a Fatally Yours mirror. So I mean, I guess you do kind of get a lot of product, but I just, damn, I look at that, I'm like, $225, Jesus. Anyways, next up on the list, okay, Kim Kardashian is coming out with her holiday makeup collection. Be so for real, you guys. Like, be so for real. What about this is holiday? What about this is holiday? Like, maybe just her imagery of like her wearing like a parka or something. Like, looking at the lip products, the shades do look beautiful. Definitely there's some shades in there that I really do like. The eyeshadow palette oh my gosh, isn't even bad. Definitely not my favorite though, because I feel like it's just, I don't know, the same damn thing over and over again. But overall, I'm like, how are you calling this holiday? This is not giving me holiday vibes whatsoever. Also, can we talk about that damn palette? It is $50 for that palette. It's made out of cardboard too. I just have to throw that out there. I don't know. I can't with this collection. I just can't believe that she even called it holiday, and it's just so, you know, which I did talk before about KKW Beauty. Now it's obviously called Skin Beauty, I guess. I have to say, she sticks with her aesthetic, and I really do feel like Kim Kardashian and her makeup these days is very neutral all the time, and I really do feel like KKW Beauty stuck with the neutral theming, and I could see the same for Skin, that she is sticking with the neutral tones over and over and over again. And I do feel like that obviously works because obviously everybody wears neutrals, but it's just like, damn girl, spice it up a little bit, because I feel like back in the day, Kim Kardashian used to do some really bold makeup looks and they were really fun. And I understand that she's obviously gotten much older and she probably, you know, likes her toned down makeup, or toned down colors, I should say, because she still does wear a lot of makeup. But I just feel like when you own a brand, it's kind of like branch out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that like she comes out with more fun things, because like looking at this, I'm like, girl, like this doesn't even give me holiday vibes whatsoever. Like this should have been like, I don't know, like a church collection. It's definitely not giving me holiday vibes at all. That's just me though. Next up on the list, this is another one of those products right here that I want to tell you guys that I'm just like, these are so beautiful, but just not for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I was a working makeup artist, that I feel like this is something that I would purchase. Luminous Silk. Giorgio Armani is coming out with their Luminous Silk, Silk Aqua highlighters. Y'all, the swatches of these look absolutely beautiful. They really do look nice. You guys know that I just don't really wear a highlighter. I don't like highlights on me, just because, y'all, out of my whole entire face, literally, I don't have any texture anywhere else. And actually, I'm really, really blessed to not even have like large pores. But just right here, specifically where I would wear my highlighter, I do have that like, I always call it crepiness, but I really don't know if it's crepiness. But crepiness. But I just feel like whenever I wear a highlighter, it accentuates it more. So that's why I'm just like, even though I looked at the swatch of these and I was like, wow, these are actually really, really beautiful and they look very nice. It's just not something that I would ever use. But if I was doing makeup on other people, 100% I would. Although I do gotta say, these are expensive. They're $39 each, so that's very pricey. And speaking of pricey, oh my god, New Sticks is coming out with these stacks. I don't know if they've already had stacks before though, but I did see in the Trend Mood comments that everyone was like, oh, they're copying Melt Cosmetics. Because as you guys know, Melt Cosmetics has had these stacks for a long time. There's 3 of these. Okay, this is a 3-piece eyeshadow set. Okay, $59. $59. That's almost $20 each one. And on top of that too, they're all 3 shimmery. Like I'm sorry, whoever did this to me is just so dumb because I'm like, you're going to charge $59 for 3 of them and then there's like no mattes in there. Who's carrying around just 3 shimmers with them? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me and I don't understand it if I'm being real with you guys. Like I look at this and I'm like, first of all, the pricing is insane. Second of all, why would you want to carry around just 3 different shimmer shades? Like that's not very practical at all. You're not really going to be able to do a full eyeshadow look with 3 different shimmers. I don't know. I just don't like that. And the price point to me is absolutely insane. I forgot what the price point is of the Melt Cosmetics stacks, but I want to say it came with more shades and I want to say it was like the same price. So I'm a little confused by that. If you guys are looking for a stack, I would just check out Melt Cosmetics instead of those. Anyways, y'all, that is it for this video. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.